Hello students, this is Sudeep Yadav from Spectrum Chemistry and students. If you are first time visiting to my channel, so please like and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get a best explanation of NCERT book class 7th subject science. And students, if you are watching this video, so please go to my playlist and watch the previous 8 chapters videos which I have prepared and I have uploaded in my channel. So please watch these all videos. And students, today in this video we are going to discuss the new chapter, that is soil, chapter number 9, and the topic which we are going to discuss, that is known as the soil and soil profile. So let's see students, what is soil. So the soil is one of the most important natural resources. It is the uppermost layer of the earth's crust, which is blackish brown in color. Major functions of the soils are, means there are the number of the functions also be of the soils, that is it supports plants growth by holding the roots, means what are the plants we are planting, okay, these plants having the roots, and these roots will be held by the soil family and supplying water and nutrients to the plant, and number of the nutrients also be the part of the soil, okay, and these all will be transferred to the plant through the root, okay. Now it acts as a natural habitat for a number of the organisms, okay, for many organisms like an earthworm, fungi, bacteria, ants, etc. So these all are the organisms which having their habitat inside the soil, okay. Now next, it is also essential for the agriculture, which provides us with food, clothing and shelter for all, and it supplies water and nutrients to plant. So these all are the important functions, these all are the significance of the soil in our daily life as well as for the other different organisms. And now you can see in this figure there are different kinds of the functions of the soil, that is medium or medium for the plant growth, okay, system for the water supply and the purification, and recycling system for the nutrients and organism waste, and habitat for soil organisms, and engineering medium, okay. So these all are the very important functions of the soils we have discussed already, okay. Now next, we have discussed about the soil, and now we are going to discuss about the pollution of the soil, pollutants of the soil. What are the pollutants of the pollutes the soil, what pollutes the soil, what are the activities of our which are polluting the soils, okay. Let's see students. Dumping non biodegradable means those compounds, those things, those substances which we are using, if they are not degrading by the microorganisms, so these things are known as a non-biodegradable substances, such as plastic bags, they are not degraded by the microorganisms, and polythenes, they are not degraded by the microorganisms, causes the soil pollution. So these all are causing the soil pollutions, okay. Now wastes products from industries which contain chemicals can affect the soil adversely, okay, means it can imbalance the pH of the soil also, okay, which due to this the soil productivity will decrease, okay. So this is very important. Now excess use of the fertilizers and the pesticides pollute the soil and decrease its fertility, as we have discussed in the previous points also, okay. So now you can see in this given figure there are the number of the activities which we are doing. These all activities are responsible to cause the soil pollution, okay. So you can see, okay. Now soil profile, what is the soil profile? Okay, let's see students, what is the soil profile? The soil consists of distinct layers which are also called the horizon of the soil. The soil profile is a vertical section. The soil profile is a vertical section of the soil which depicts all the layers of the soil. Means you can see all the layers of the different soils, different layers of the soil you can see when you will be do the vertical section. Vertical section means vertical cut of the soil. Okay, the layer of the soil can be seen if we dig deep through it with while creating a well or while laying the foundation of a building. Okay, you can see this. Now layers, different layers of the soil. So here we are going to discuss what are the different layers of the soil. That is number first, humus. The uppermost layer is a humus. Okay, the decaying matter in the soil is called the humus. So humus is a part of the soil. Now next, weathering. Soil formed when rocks break down. This process is also called weathering. The weathering of rocks takes place because of the rains, flowing water, winds, temperature and climatic condition of a place. So these are the technical terms which are very important. Now next, parent rock. The nature of the soil, that is its texture and availability of minerals, depends upon the rock from which it is formed. This rock is often called the parent rock. Okay, so these all are the important terms. Now you can see in this figure there is a different horizon of the soil, that is a horizon which is carrying the humus, B horizon, C horizon and the bed rock, that is the hardest part of the soil. Okay, now next, horizon A. We are going to discuss one by one all the horizon of the soil, that is the horizon A first. This layer is also called the topsoil, means which soil having the humus. Okay, it is visible to us, which we can see easily. It contains large amounts of humus and minerals which make it dark in color. Okay, so the dark color of the soils due to the presence of the humus and the minerals. Now next point, the soil is rich in nutrients because of the presence of the humus. So means the nutrients, whatever the nutrients we are getting from the soil, these are the responsible, these all are the getting due to the presence of the humus. The topsoil has a soft texture and can retain water easily. That is why plants roots grow in the topsoil region. Means soil having the tendency to hold the water and retain the water in between the particles of the soil. Okay, the topsoil is a home to many living organisms as well, like insects, worms, beetles, rodents and moles. So these all are the small organisms which having their habitat inside this soil, that is the uppermost surface of the soil which is carrying the humus. Okay, now next, horizon B or the middle layer of the soil. It is the next layer of the soil which doesn't contain much humus. Okay, the minerals are found in the large quantities in this layer and the minerals quantity will increase when you will be move inside the second layer of this soil. Okay, the minerals are found in a large quantities in this layer. This layer has a hard texture, light color and is more compact and than the topsoil. So this is a compact part of this soil. Now horizon C or the third layer. The third layer of the soil consists of small rocks with cracks in them. These rocks are partially weathered. Okay, so this is the third layer of the soil. Now next one, that is the last layer of the soil, that is the bedrock. The last layer of the soil is called the bedrock. It contains large pieces of the rocks that are not weathered or exposed to any winds or the water. Okay, Bedrock cannot be dug with the help of the spade. It is very hard in texture. Means the hardest part of the soil is a bedrock. Now next topic that is very important, that is types of soil. So what are the types of the soils? Let's see students one by one. That is the number first is a sandy soil. What is the sandy soil? Let's see. Sandy soil has big particles that have large spaces between them, and these spaces between them, these particles are filled with air. Hence sandy soils are called well aerated soils also. Means what are the vacancies in between the particles of the soil, this will be occupied by the air, that is known as the aerated soils also. Okay, because of large spaces water can easily penetrate through the particles, and sandy soils however cannot hold water. Okay, it cannot hold the water. Hence sandy soils are light, aerated and dry in nature. Why it is a dry? Because it having a no tendency to hold the water due to the size of the particles. Sandy soils lack much nutrients, hence do not support the diverse growth of the plants. So these all were the specific things about the sandy soils which we have discussed in this under this heading. Okay, that is the sandy soil. Now next topic, that is the clay soil. It consists of fine particles which have less space between them. Means they are having a very less space as compared to the sandy soils. Okay, since there is a not much space between the particles, clay soils are not well aerated like sandy soils. Okay, due to the in absence of the vacancies in between the particles of the clay soils, there is a no air will trap in between these particles. Okay, due to the tiny size of the clay soils, the tiny gaps between the particles although allow absorption of water in the clay soils easily, and they are able to hold water, hence are suitable for the growth of different kinds of plants. So these all were the specific things about the clay soils. Now next, loamy soils. Loamy soil contains a similar amount of large and small particles in them. Okay, they are combination of sandy, clay and silty soil. They also contain humus. They can hold water in appropriate amount and therefore support the growth of the plant. They are also called agricultural soils. Means this is the best soil to do the agricultural practices. Okay, because of their fertility and appropriate texture. They contain good amount of calcium and have a high pH level. Okay, that is the loamy soils. Now next is a silt soil. The silt soil particles are similar than that of the sandy soils but larger than clay soils. Silt soils can hold water to some extent because of its fine quality. They are generally found near the water bodies like rivers, banks and the lakes. They are rich in nutrients, highly fertile and hence are suitable for agriculture. Okay, now next, this is the last point, they are often mixed with other soils to improve the fertility of the soil. Okay, so these all were the specific things about the silt soils, and with this kind of the soil we have discussed all the 4 types of the soils. And in this figure you can see the different kinds of the soils having the different texture as well as the size of the particles. You can see here is a clay soil, that is the yellowish. Okay, second one is the loam soil, that is the dark soil, sand soil and the silt soil. Okay, so these all are the different kinds of the soils which we have discussed. Okay, so I hope students you must have enjoyed this video. So thank you.